Thank you so much, Dr. Jinnah.
Thank you so much and good day and take care and
You
God
too,
bless.
please. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Please give a huge round of applause for Dr. Jinnah. So let's move on towards our guest speakers. I'm going to introduce the first guest speaker is Dr. Mohammad Rashid Hafeez. He is a distinguished researcher with a strong portfolio of national and international publications. He demonstrates exceptional command over his teaching and administrative responsibilities, reflecting both academic depth and professional excellence. Alongside these qualities, he is widely admired for his polite nature, respectful attitude, and the positive aura he brings to his academic and professional environment. He is chairperson from Department of English at GC Women University, Sialkot. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Thank you very much, Ms. Selvi.
Thank you, sir.
Department of Psychology, Dr. Burhan. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Or do we need this? Okay. All right. Before I start, there's a disclaimer. All of you know that I'm not a psychologist. And sitting among the psychologists, I'm overawed, to be very frank. Now, all of you know what happiness is, and it's defined differently by different people. But the purpose of this particular talk, we are going to define happiness as an enduring state of mind consisting not only of feelings of joy, contentment, and other positive emotions, but also of a sense that one's life is meaningful and valued. So for me, it's not a fleeting thing. It's not a fleeting emotion. It's an enduring thing. And by media, we mean both electronic and the social media. By discursive construction, we mean the process of meaning making, framing of identity, and construction of knowledge. We know that there are different discourses that develop in society, and all these discourses are fueled by media. The discourse of happiness, I believe the media constructs happiness not as an enduring thing, but as a momentary thing. That I will take pleasure from a certain thing at a certain point in time, and I would like others to believe that it has to be joyful, it has to be pleasing to them as well, and that is something that will make them happy as well. But that should not be the case. Media discursively constructs happiness and well-being, and these are not merely personal or clinical states. If we look at the psychosocial perspective, media text, that is news, TV shows, advertisements, social media, or TV dramas, as we have them, circulate dominant meanings of what it means to be happy, successful, and well. Now, if you look at the Pakistani TV dramas, you will see that at the end of a drama, there is a woman who has gone through a lot, but at the end, she is happy. Why is she happy? Because she is being married. She is being married to the so-called right guy. Now, who has decided that right guy? Nobody knows. Why is he the right guy? Because he has got certain attributes. So, whatever she has gone through in the course of a few episodes is compensated through that wedding. And she is shown to be happy. Now, that happiness is equal to her moral rectitude. It's moral goodness. Because she endured so much, she has been rewarded with this particular thing, that is wedding. What is the discursive message that we get here? Being good matters more than being mentally well. You have suffered, fine, but ultimately you have been rewarded. Rewarded through marriage with the so-called right guy. Now, everybody lives happily ever after, right? We don't know what happens afterwards. That particular right guy, how he turns out to be later on, we don't know. Now, the characters are experiencing anxiety and depression and trauma, but they are advised to pray more, be patient, and stay silent. Because these are the keys to happiness. These are the keys through which, now this is how religion is exploited. If there is somebody, this is where critical discourse analysis also step in. I'm quite loud. This is where critical discourse analysis also steps in. Because it tells you how ideology is being used and how power functions in the society. Yeah. Not only society at large, but also at the family level. It is very rare for Pakistani TV dramas to show therapy or psychological health. Everything and everyone is treated miraculously. How? You are patient, you are praying, and all your sufferings are going to end. Now, media and social media shape happiness. How do they distort it? Instead of developing this genuine well-being or genuine happiness, there are unrealistic ideas and social comparisons. And if you allow me to switch over to Urdu, I think many of you know Mushtaq Ahmed Yusufi, one of the greatest Pakistani prose writers. In fact, to most of the critics, he is the greatest Pakistani prose writers of the 20th century. And what does he say? कि हमारी खुशी का म्यार हमेशा दूसरे लोग होते हैं, and this is the social construction of that खुशी. कि हमारी खुशी का म्यार दूसरे लोग कैसे होते हैं? कि उसके पास क्या कमाल की गाड़ी, उसके पास क्या कमाल का बंगला, उसके बच्चे कितने अच्छे, उसकी बीवी कितनी अच्छी, उसका हस्बैंड कितना अच्छा. And we think that he or she is going to be happy because they have all these things. और हमारे दुख का म्यार कौन है? हम खुद. क्योंकि मेरी दाढ़ में जो दर्द है वो तो कभी किसी को नहीं हुआ ना. जो मेरे सर में दर्द हो रहा है वैसा सर में दर्द तो कभी किसी को नहीं हुआ. तो हम अपनी जात को दुख का म्यार समझते हैं और दूसरों को अपनी खुशी का म्यार समझते हैं. And that is precisely what media does. Now this creates a culture where happiness is measured by number one, appearance, how do you look like, your material success, and then the online validation. And this is what more than anybody else, Gen Z would agree with. It's the online validation. And it is because of that online validation that we share our pictures, we share the events, and then we go back to our social media profiles to see how many people have reacted to it, right? Thank God they don't tell us anymore how many people viewed this and did not comment on it, and how many people viewed it and did not react to it, because that would be another kind of trauma to us.
Generation Z call it FOMO.
Yeah.
Fear, omitting,
Fear of missing out.
fear of missing out.
Yeah.
They're continuously watching it again. Sir, Mushtaq Yusuf, he's famous for वो writer note में लिखते हैं, but when he is writing in a serious note, he writes like this.
Yes. And if you
Otherwise, he's not a serious writer. But
if you read Abid in particular,
I have.
that is the culmination of his art. And that is not a humorous book in any way. Like it's not full of boisterous fun. हम वैसे literature में humor को define भी इसी तरीके से करते हैं कि it's your thinking is just, but surface level पे आप तो समझ आ गया कि कुछ, but feeling is earnest. You always learn something from it. तो वो जिस तरह कोई स्टेज ड्रामा का मजाक और वो उस तरह का फन मुश्ताक में नहीं मिलेगा, आपको बहुत ही संजीदा किस्म का मजा मिलेगा।
सर मैं सिर्फ एक, मैं उनसे मुलाकात हुई, उनसे बात हो रही थी, तो मैंने कहा कि कुछ हिदायत करें, तो उन्हें पता था कि मेडिकल डॉक्टर है, तो उन्होंने कहा कि औरत की जुबान और मर्द की आंख का दम सबसे आखिर में निकलता है। एंड मेडिकली इट्स ट्रू, औरत हाय और मर्द की आंखें बंद करके पड़ती, मेडिकली इट्स ट्रू, बट ऐसे लगता है जैसे उन्होंने मजाक किया।
Now that's the dark side of social media. A body image and mental health. Unrealistic beauty standards. अब तो मेरे जैसी कॉम्प्लेक्शन का बंदा है तो उसने कितना सा गौरव है जाना, आप मतलब इसको
ये आपने मुझे प्यार के तौर
so if that would be a filter in
Sir, you are already
अच्छा, तो ये अनरियलिस्टिक ब्यूटी स्टैंडर्ड्स जो हम सेट करते हैं कि हमने कितना स्लिम होना है और कितना स्लिम हुआ बंदा कितना अच्छा लगता है और कितना स्लिम होगा तो उसकी जिंदगी कितनी खुश होगी। यू मस्ट बी वेरी हैप्पी कि आप इतना खा लेते हो और लगता भी नहीं। और दूसरी चीज कि आपने रंग गोरा करना, आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा ब्राउन हो सकते हैं, आप वो पेल नहीं हो सकते, जो पेल वो गोरे का स्टैंडर्ड है। एंड थैंकफुली in South Asia now they are turning to that desi look in advertisement as well, because there are more and more tan women coming to modeling and in media industry. And that's not confined to women alone. Men are also vulnerable in this regard. कद लंबा है, कद छोटा है, मोटा है, बाल है, बाल नहीं है, दाढ़ी है, दाढ़ी नहीं है, और इसके सारे के सारे खुशी पे इन्हासार हो रहा है। Or filter good. So you look at your own picture after the filter, and if it makes you happy, then there certainly is a problem, because you're not satisfied with yourself. But we fail to understand it. Again, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what psychology tells us about it. But my personal opinion is that if you are not satisfied with how you look and you have to depend on or rely on a filter to make you more handsome or more beautiful in your own eyes, then there is something wrong. Because society or the media is setting some standard for you that you are following, unfortunately. What kind of satisfaction? Again, is a kind of validation, nothing else. You're looking for validation. So if you are looking for validation from without, that means you are not at peace with yourself within. that internal happiness or bliss is missing. And that is precisely why we are trapped between virtual approval and real self-doubt. हमें virtual approval मिल रही है, fine. लेकिन अंदर से हम खुद क्या हो रहे हैं? Self-doubt का शिकार हैं. तभी हमें बाहर जाना पड़ता है ना, हर एक से validation की जरूरत पड़ती है. इसको जरा साइड पे कीजिएगा हम सब. अभी पाकिस्तानी नेटिजन यूज करते हैं स्लैंग. फॉर एग्जांपल, लिट, सैविज, चिल मार या सील ऑन है. Lit is something that was used a few centuries back for a person who was intoxicated. And today, what does lit mean?
Legit. Legit matlab something that's really
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What is savage?
being sassy or sarcastic.
Not only that,
Yeah. There's more to that.
there's more to that. Chill more.
Not worry about
सीन ऑन है. किस चीज पे सीन ऑन है? किस चीज पे चिल मारी जा रही है? जरा ये नीचे तस्वीरें देखिएगा. कभी किसी को मोबाइल फोन मिल गया, आईफोन मिल गया, मेरी जिंदगी मुकम्मल होगी. किसी ने ऐसे कपड़े पहन लिए, उसकी जिंदगी मुकम्मल हो गई है. किसी ने वेकेशन मिल गई है, किसी को उसकी जिंदगी मुकम्मल हो गई है, और हम उसको देख रहे हैं तो बाकी उसकी जिंदगी मुकम्मल है. हमारे जहन में ये सारे का सारा ख्याल, ये हैप्पीनेस हमारे जहन के अंदर वही इमेज बना रहा है कि जी मेरे पास ये सब कुछ होगा तो तब मुझे खुशी. एक टिकटॉकर आता है, वो अपनी बीवी को आईफोन ला के देता है. वो अपनी बीवी को किसी अच्छी गाड़ी की चाबी ला के गिफ्ट कर रहा है. हमें ये भी नहीं पता कि उसको ये किसी ने दी है अपनी गाड़ी की मशहूरी करवाने के लिए सिर्फ. और हमने ये देखी है कि और इतना अमीर और इसको इतना खुश रखता है इसको, माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह. इसके साथ वो हो क्या रहा है, हम खुद भी अपनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस बढ़ा रहे हैं. अब जो लिंग्विस्टिक स्टाइल इसको प्रायोरिटाइज करता है ट्रेंडीनेस को ओवर ऑथेंटिक इमोशनल एक्सप्रेशन, वो आपको ऊपर नजर आ रहा है. बेशक वो लिट है, वो सैविज है, वो चिल मारने वाला की बात है, वो सीन ऑन करने वाली बात है, ये आपका ऑथेंटिक इमोशनल एक्सप्रेशन नहीं हो, क्योंकि आपको ये ट्रेंडीनेस दे दी गई और उसको सोशल मीडिया और मीडिया कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं. And this is purely performative happiness. This is not actual happiness. This performative happiness is suitable only for your mobile phone screen or for your television screen. This hashtag culture of shopping and these studies that keep on emerging of women who, if they can go shopping every week, they'll have lower levels of stress. Or a gentleman taking his wife to buy a car, a beautiful car. ये सारे हमें उसी चीज की तरफ लेके जाते हैं, कंज्यूमरिस्ट कल्चर. और इसके साथ ये अकेला मीडिया जिम्मेदार नहीं होता, ऑफ कोर्स जो कैपिटलिस्ट सोसाइटी जिसके अंदर रह रहे होते हैं वो भी इसके जिम्मेदार है. हैप्पीनेस को हम कमोडिटी बना के दिखाते हैं. मगर पेप्सी की बोतल पिएंगे तो हमें कितना अच्छा महसूस होगा, अगर हम ड्यू पिएंगे तो हम कितनी छलांगे लगा सकेंगे. तो अगर हम पेप्सी पिएंगे तो वी कैन से एवरीथिंग बिकॉज वी कैन से इट विद पेप्सी, राइट? What to do about that? We have to promote media literacy so that the youth does not consume media content. It critically analyzes it. We have to highlight diverse stories in media. Success as measured through cars and costly and expensive clothes is not successful. There are other different stories where people help each other and they take pleasure from them and they derive happiness from those things. We have to support mental health awareness and we have to destigmatize mental health issues. We have to understand that we are not living in a normal society. And if we are not living in a normal society, it's perfectly normal to be not normal. We have to develop community building. We have to come up with something that keeps us bonded as we have been. So that we can strengthen our real world connections more than our virtual world connections. The linguistic choice is prevalent in Pakistani social media, likely contribute to the creation of a shallow and performative sense of happiness. By critically understanding these linguistic patterns, we can look beyond surface level portrayals and actively work towards developing a genuine well-being. Thank you very much.